Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Hello and welcome into Lisbon, North Dakota. Some Region 1 boys basketball action here. The season roundup for both the Lisbon Broncos and the Tri-State Tigers. A Region 1 matchup, as I said. The Lisbon Broncos coming off a little bit of a hot streak, a 6-game win streak, hoping to make it 7 to end the season for them. They are 11-8 overall with a Region 1 record of 7-5. As for the Tri-State Tigers, they are 3-14 with a Region 1 record of 2-9. Their 2 wins, or 2 of their 9, or so 2 wins in the region, 3 wins overall. 2 of those wins, the region wins against Richland and Sargent County. Their other win against Wilmot. In the last game, Tri-State lost to Maple Valley, 59-51. They've been in a lot of games, just haven't been able to get into the winners column as much as they would like to. Obviously, 3-14, not a great record, but nothing to shy away from. They have been in a lot of games, and just unfortunately, like I said before, haven't been able to get into the winners column in those matchups. And then for the Lisbon Broncos, their last game was against Hankinson, a win, 57-38. So a big Region 1 matchup. All Region 1 matchups are big games, especially coming down to the end of the season here, as we are last game of the season for both these teams, actually. So it should be a good one here, much on the line. Seeding, I don't think we're completely set. I think if some things shuffle one way or another, people go up, people go down. Lisbon sitting at around the 7th seed as of now. So hopefully one more win for them to potentially get themselves up a little higher in the Region 1 seeding. We'll step aside here, come back with more action here on yourliveevent.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insure.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
So welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. Lisbon Broncos playing host. That hot 6-game win streak, a great way to end the season. Hopefully to end it even better with a 7-game win streak here against the Tri-State Tigers. Tri-State, they have a couple seniors on the roster, so I mean they will make the playoffs regardless, but they are sitting at about that 9 seed for the Region 1 tournament, so they will be playing in a play-in game and have not had a ton of success against region opponents. Those 2 wins against Richland and Sargent County. Obviously, if they match up with them, then they have a little more confidence going into that one. But a win here tonight against a good Lisbon team also could bolster any chances. And I mean, there's always upsets in the playoffs, so could easily become that way. But for these seniors tonight, they want to play. It's their last regular season game of their careers, more than likely for some of them. And just one more away game for them to hopefully get a little more confidence going into the playoffs here, as they will be on the road likely the rest of their season. Some players to watch for Tri-State. Number 0, Derek Call, averages 12.4 points per game and has 4.5-ish rebounds per game as well. So someone to watch there for the Tri-State Tigers. And then for the Broncos, obviously it's Parker Runk and Caleb Olson, big names. Parker Runk averages 13.7 and Caleb Olson averages 17 points per game. But somebody who's come on as of late is the senior forward, Robert Adam, averages 12.9 points per game now. He's had a couple games where he's had great quarters, or great first quarters to get his team going into those games, which sometimes Lisbon has struggled getting going in their ball games. We're going to step aside here. I think we're going to have a little senior night recognition. We'll step aside for a quick break. Watching YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. So the seniors for Lisbon, both Parker Runk and Robert Adam, getting recognized with their families, welcoming with some pop, some Mountain Dew, and some Sprite. So I don't know what that's about exactly, but pop's always good to me. I like Mountain Dew personally. But the seniors getting recognized here on senior night. So a great season really for both Parker Runk and Robert Adam, as I said earlier. 13.7 points per game for Parker Runk and 12.9 for Robert Adam. Both of them looking to finish off their season on a 7-game win streak and head into those playoffs on a hot streak and hopefully make a couple upsets. They'll likely have to be playing in a play-in game as well in the first round. So good to always recognize those seniors. It's always a tough one when they're going to play. This could be their last home game of their careers. So the last welcoming to that. We're going to step aside here for the national anthem here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome into Lisbon, North Dakota once again. Jacob Tenson joined alongside my camera woman, Kiara Timmerman. And we're going to list off some starting lineups here. First for Tri-State, the Tri-State Tigers, starting at a guard, a 6-foot senior, number 0, Derek Carl. Then also another guard, a 6'1", junior, number 5, Jacob Lick. Starting at another guard, a 6-foot senior, number 10, Brandon Greenwald. And starting at another guard, a 5'10", freshman, number 12, Isaiah Rydell. And then a 5-guard attack here for the Tri-State Tigers. Rounding up the lineup, a 5'10", senior, number 22, Tyler Leverson. So all guards for the Tri-State Tigers in their starting lineup. Not a lot of height as you expect with all guards. 6'1", they're tallest. They do bring off 2 6'3" players off the bench. The junior Lewis Sorrell and the senior Mason Deal. And then now for the Lisbon Broncos, starting at a guard, a 6'1", junior, number 2, Rodney Olson. And starting at another guard, a 5'10", junior, number 10, Caden Sweet. Starting at another guard, a 6'4", senior, number 22. Starting at another forward, a 6'3", senior, number 32, Robert Adam. And then starting at a center, rounding up the middle for the Broncos, a 6'4", junior, number 40, Caleb Olson. So Jaden Bittner had that foot injury, the fractured foot. He's out for the rest of the season now, I was told by Coach Kim Mark earlier. So he will once again not be playing. He's wearing street clothes and that boot. Still, the freshman had a pretty good season earlier in the year while he was playing 4.5 points per game off their bench. Their main bench player, their sixth man off the bench, if you will. So just somebody that they have been missing, but still they've learned to play without him, and they are now on that hot 6-game win streak. So Tri-State versus Lisbon on an early Friday game, 6 o'clock start. We welcome you into your weekend. Good way to start here with some good Region 1 basketball. So to tip off, it'll be Jacob Lick and Parker Runk to tip here. As the crowd is rather thin here tonight, but two teams ready to play here, as we will get the tip off here in just a second. So here we go, jump ball. Runk wins that one, gets it to Caden Sweet, as the Lisbon Broncos will start off with possession. Rodney Olson now on the wing, gets it to Robert Adam. Good ball movement by the Broncos so far. Caleb Olson out to Parker Runk. He likes to shoot from 3. Gets that one rattled in and out. No good. Rebounded by Lick. Looking to push in transition. Are the Tigers. Gets it over to Rydell. Now to Carl. Their leading scorer. 12.4 points per game for the Tigers. Back to Rydell. Good ball movement. Thought about a 3. Did Carl. Steps. Pops. Now in the corner, shooting a 3. That one hits front rim. Almost gets that to go. No good. Rebounded by Olson. A 3-point shot off the hands of Greenwald. As now Runk looks to drive, but kicks it out to Olson into Robert Adam. A nice pass by Olson. And then a foul, I believe, will be called. Or it'll just be out of bounds. Actually, it'll stay with the Broncos. So Runk will inbound here for the Lisbon Broncos. Gets it to Caleb Olson in the corner. Skip pass over to Runk. He'll shoot, fade away. Hits front rim, no good. Rebounded by the Tigers. That's Carl pushing in transition now. Up ahead, layup up, no good from Leverson. Rebounded by the Broncos as they look now to push in transition. Rodney Olson with it. Drives, pops, rims in and out, no good. Rebounded by the Tigers, so still 0-0 here. As we're a little over a minute and a quarter being played here so far. Loses his dribble, gets it off to Leverson. Now skip pass to Lick. She's a deep 3, but a travels call on the hop gather. So ball will go the other way back to the Broncos. Still held scoreless here with nearly a minute and a half being played. Some good shots being put up by both teams, but just no points on the board yet for either one. Sweet now gets the pass from Olson. He steps back, doesn't shoot. Rodney Olson with it. He'll shoot a 3-pointer. That one's left short. Rebound by Caden Sweet, though. Gets it out to Runk. as he'll reset the offense with that fresh 35. Robert Adam going up and strongly finishing for the first 2 points of the ball game. Robert Adam to break the 0-0 tie, so 2 points on the Mobility Plus rehabilitation scoreboard. Robert Adam averaging 12.9 points per game, getting the first 2 points of the ball game, and then a travel called once again here on the Tigers. That one on Lieberson. So 2 back-to-back travels on back-to-back possessions for the Tigers. As Sweet will bring it up for the Broncos. Ronnie Olson now on the wing. Gets it to Robert Adam into Caleb Olson. Back out to Parker Runk. Wide open from 3 points. No good though. Left it a little long as the Tigers will go now in transition once again. That's Carl with it. Guarded by Sweet. Looking to drive. Nothing there though. Lieberson with it. Lick a deep 3-pointer. That one's no good though. It was left wide open, but rightfully so. He was nearly at that red volleyball spike line. But now the Broncos in transition. Ronnie Olson thought about a 3. Gets Olson. Caleb Olson rather. He'll shoot a 3. He gets that one to go. Caleb Olson, leading scorer on the team with his first 3 points. So 5-0 here for the Lisbon Broncos. Held scores from throughout a minute and a half there, but breaking the seal on the scoreboard now up to 5 points. That layup from Carl, reverse layup, no good. As Broncos take over possession once again into Caleb Olson. He turns, shoots, triple team. Got to go short. Great hustle play there from Sweet. Didn't see the Tiger defender there. Tried to get it into Runk, but tipped out of bounds. That was off of Rydell. Will stay with the Broncos. So approaching the halfway mark through quarter number 1. 5-0 lead for the Broncos. As Caden Sweet will set up the offense here. Ronnie Olson on the wing now. Caleb Olson up top. Turning, shooting. That's the bread and butter there for the Lisbon Broncos. Get it to either Adam or Olson at the top of the key and look inside. And then turn and go up quickly, because teams like to double team those two in the post. If you go up quickly, you can get a shot off rather quick like Adam did right there. So now 7-0 is the score for the Broncos. Lieberson, that 3 no good from him. As Runk comes away with the rebound, gets it up now to Rodney Olson, looking to push in transition. Robert Adam with it. Runk, now Olson, looking into Adam, nothing there. Sweet with it now. Runk mishandles the pass, but gets it back, goes up. Shot does not count. It's going to be called on the floor. That one going against number 10, Brandon Gruenwald. That'll be the first foul of the game, just under halfway through the first quarter. Ronnie Olson left open for 3. He'll shoot. That one rims in and good for Ronnie Olson. His first 3 points of the ball game, as Coach Kruger will take a timeout here for the Tigers, which we'll step aside as well here on yourliveevent.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
Back to action here, just under the halfway point of the first quarter. A 10-0 run to start the quarter for the Lisbon Broncos. Took them about a minute and a half to score. Get on the scorers column. The 3-point shot there. In for Carl. First 3 points. So that timeout, a good one from Coach Kruger to set up a nice open shot for Derek Carl, the leading scorer on the Tigers with 12.4 points on the season. And a foul is going to be called after a near steal by Jacob Blick. That'll be his first foul of the ball game. But as I was saying, that 10-0 run was a slow 10-0 run, but it started picking up a little bit, getting a couple of buckets. 2 3-pointers, one from Rodney Olson and one from Caleb Olson. There's a steal there from Gruenwald. Goes in transition, pump fakes, nice move. Doesn't get that layup to go. Rebounded by Leverson. He'll turn and fade away. Might have been blocked, then a foul's going to be called on the rebound. That one against Grunwald. And that'll be his second of the ball game. And then first substitution of the game for either team, number 24 for the Tigers, Lewis Sorrell checking into the ball game. As Sweet will get the inbound, a little full court pressure here, a 3-2 high zone, if you will, on the press D. And then dropping into man-to-man, it looks like now. So this little 1-2-2 diamond action up front there. Three-point shot from Ronnie Olson. He stays hot from the three-point line. His second of the ball game. Already above his season average of points per game. Average 5.3. He's up to 6 already here in this one. So a couple of Broncos that are normally just role players have been stepping up in these last couple of games on their 6-game win streak, including Robert Adam as well as a foul on the rebound. Will go against the Bronco. That'll go against Caden Sweet. His first team foul for the Broncos. Ronnie Olson has had a couple of good games down the stretch here, averaging, and he's a good three-point shooter. Likes to shoot those three-point shots if he's open. Parker Runk, the other one, who gets a lot of three-point opportunities for the Broncos. Stepping back is Carl, fading away. Rims in and out, no good. Rebounded by Parker Runk. A good look there. Just unfortunately couldn't drop for the leading scorer for the Tigers. Ronnie Olson now in the corner back to Sweet. Looking inside. Caleb Olson gets it to him now, does Parker Runk. He turns, gets it up to Ronnie Olson. Mid-range shot. That's good. Ronnie Olson, 5 straight points for the Broncos. He's now up to 8 points. Has half of the points here for the Lisbon Broncos. A nice quarter here from Ronnie Olson. 2 3-pointers in that mid-range 2-point shot. Gets him up to 8 points already. Good defense being played there by Sweet, and then a steal off the hands of Runkman. Thrown right back. Carl, 3-point shot is good. Derek Carl up to 6 points now. He has all 6 points here for the Tri-State Tigers. 2 3-pointers being the 6 points being scored there. Now foul's called now on Carl. Drawing the foul was Caden Sweet there, so the first foul of the game for Derek Carl. And a nice steal there after he got it stolen from him, and then draining that 3-pointer to bring it down to a 9-point lead. Ronnie Olson trying to stay hot. That one's airballed, and it's rebounded by Sorrell. As now Carl will bring it up for the Tigers. Thought about a 3, goes past Sweet, picks up his dribble out to Leverson now. As Lick thinks about a deep 3-pointer once again, gets it now to Grunwald. 3-point shot is up and good. Brandon Grunwald, his first 3 points of the ball game, so all 9 points have came via the 3-ball for the Tri-State Tigers. 2 from Derek Carl, and then 1 now from Brandon Grunwald. Left open is Caleb Olson from 3. That one's no good. Rebounded though by Sweet after the tip. So now Rodney Olson on the wing looking in to Adam, gets it to him on a low pass. But a foul, I believe, will be called. All right, it must have been a kickball instead. So nonetheless, it'll stay with the Broncos here. Ref's talking it over. I think the other ref thought it was a foul as well, but kickball, I believe, was indeed the call. Caleb Wilson splitting through 2 defenders. A nice move to get those 2 points. He's up to 5 now in the ball game. Winding seconds here, about an 8-second difference between shot and game clock. As Carls has possession of the ball. Left alone, mid-range shot, left short though. And then rebounded now by Sweet, so shot clock turned off for the Broncos. Looking like they're trying to push a little bit in transition, but might hold on to one last shot. No, they won't. Shot from Robert Adam, rims in and out, no good. Rebounded by Olson, and then some contact. And I believe he'll go to line for 2. Will Caleb Olson for the first 2 free throws of the ball game. Or excuse me, it'll be on the ground, so no free throws actually for Caleb Olson. 19 seconds here to go. That foul was against Leverson, his first. Robert Adam puts that shot up, no good. Rebound by Runk right away off the, oh goodness. Gets the rebound, tries to get that up and good, then got another rebound and got that up and good for his first 2 points of the ball game. 6 seconds here to go. Carl with it, looking to get a shot up. 2 seconds, has to shoot it. Gets it to Leverson. I don't know if he got it off in time, but he missed that one anyways. So a good first quarter there a good 10-0 run, and then finishes off with a 10-point lead, 19-9. The Lisbon Broncos leading this one on your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. We'll step aside here on yourliveevent.com.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Welcome back to this season-ending game here for both teams. Regular season, that is. They will have playoff Region 1 tournament, which will also be on yourliveevent.com, so watch those games. We will have Lisbon's play-in game more than likely. Not a guarantee, but we are working out the kinks. I believe we will be able to get that Lisbon play-in game, though, coming next week. So Lisbon Broncos starting off 10-0, and then a timeout from Coach Kruger of the Tri-State Tigers. They got a three-point shot from Carl off of it. They have hit two more three-pointers since then to get themselves to 9, but a 19-9 lead here for Lisbon. Leverson and the Tigers will start with possession. Shots up. A block shot by Runk. A lot of contact. Tri-State Tiger fans wanted to foul out of that, but nothing called from the refs there. As the Broncos take over possession. Looking in to Caleb Olsen, gets it to him, out to Runk. A nice pass from Olsen. Three-point shot airballed, though, by Parker Runk. Parker Runk shoots the most three-pointers on this Lisbon Broncos team. Only with 2 points here tonight so far. Averages 13.7 points on the season. So now Grunwald lost the handle on that one. Nearly an over and back call, but gets it back for the Tigers. Grunwald now to Carl. Carl getting a screen. Grunwald doesn't use it. Steps back. Guarded by Sweet. Great defense being played by Sweet so far. And then miscommunication there between Tigers as the ball finds its way out of bounds. So Lisbon taking over possession. A little full court man being played here by the Tigers. And a near steal there from Carl on Sweet, but Sweet sticks with it and maintains possession. Picks up his dribble now, gets to Ronnie Olsen. Now Parker Runk on the left wing. Caleb Olsen looking in, nothing there. Sweet now, good ball movement. Mid-range shot from Runk. Rims in and out, no good. That's a spot he likes to shoot from, but unfortunately couldn't get it to go there for Parker Runk. Leverson in the corner, in to Sorrell. Couldn't handle or mishandle the pass a little bit. Throws up a shot, gets that one to go. Does Lewis Sorrell, his first 2 points of the ball game. A tough shot, but was almost falling down. Somehow got that one to go. That's the first field goal. That's not a three-pointer for the Tigers. Ref got in the way of Carl potentially trying to save that ball from going out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Broncos here. Good defense there from Carl. But the Broncos will maintain possession here. Only 2 points scored so far here in quarter number 2. Those coming on that last possession by the Tigers from Lewis Sorrell. Parker Runk picks up his dribble, gets it into Caleb Olsen. He turns, splits two defenders once again. Doesn't get that one to go that time. Had a similar move on his last 2 points, but this time couldn't get it to go. Carl up now quickly to Lick. Followed out a 3, did Lick. But now gets it over to Grunwald on the opposite wing. Grunwald looking to drive, stripped by Sweet. Another good defensive possession there from Caden Sweet, rather. Doesn't get in the scores column a whole time, but a good defender on the other side of the court is Caden Sweet. And then a steal there by the Tigers as we're going the other way. Carl looking to drive. Got that shot to go somehow, but it will not count as the foul was called on the ground, but a great effort there from Carl as Caden Sweet picks up his second foul. So the Tigers will maintain possession here. Inbounding it was Leverson to Carl and tipped away. Almost stolen by Olsen, but just couldn't maintain it. Ball goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Tigers once again. And that corner area is not a great play to inbound from, as a steal right there from Parker Runk. Makes them go the other way all by himself on transition. Layup up, no good though. Euro step almost successful. And then a foul's going to call on a Bronco up against Parker Runk. Maybe a little bit of frustration there after the missed layup. He's kind of been struggling a little bit in this game. He's had a couple looks that he normally hits, but only 2 points thus far for Parker Runk. He was honored earlier along with Robert Adam for senior night. The lone 2 seniors on this Lisbon Broncos team. Gruenwald with it now on the wing. Gets it to, or excuse me, Rydell gets it to Gruenwald rather. Leverson skip pass to Gruenwald. Gruenwald looking to drive. Nice pass over to Sorrell. He shoots mid-range. That one's left a little too long. Rebounded by Runk. We're going the other way now. So only 2 points still scored here in quarter number 2. Those ones off the hands of Sorrell, who just missed that shot. And nice defense being played there by the Tigers. Leverson tipping that one out of bounds. They'll stay with the Broncos. 19-11 is the score on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard. Just 2 points from either team in quarter number 2. As number 2, Rodney Olson, nearly loses that one. But Caleb Olson now top of the wing, or top of the key, I should say. Parker Runk now to Caden Sweet. Mid-range shot up, and that's good for Caden Sweet. Having a heck of a game on the defensive side is Caden Sweet, but in the scores column now for the first time with his first 2 points. That brings it back to a 10-point lead. A deep 3 from Carl, hits back rim, no good. Rebounded by Sorrell. As Carl, followed by another 3, drives in, and then a travel is going to be called against him. Moved his feet before he dribbled, so the travel called on Derek Carl. He has 6 so far in this one, both coming off of 3-pointers. Caden Sweet now scoring on the last possession for the Broncos. The first 2 points of the quarter, then a nice move. Asking for a screen, but going the opposite way is Parker Runk, and hopefully that will get him going a little bit on a nice layup there from Parker Runk. So now Sorrell in the corner. Carl thought about a 3. Fakes, goes in. Layup up, no good. Rebounded by Carl. Gets it out. Through a couple of Broncos. Thought about a 3 once again. Leverson now with it. Back to Carl. He looks to drive, and then a foul is going to be called against Rodney Olson. That'll be his first of the ball game. Team 4th rather. So the Lisbon Broncos come in hosting a 6-game win streak. At one point they were 5-8, now up to 11-8. So really to flip their season around thanks to this win streak, hoping to finish off the season 12-8 on a 7-game win streak and riding that heat wave into the playoffs. Carl guarded by Opp just second into the game for the Broncos. That one long, nice defense being played there from Cameron Opp, the freshman. Caden Sweet now bringing it up for the Broncos, setting up the offense. On the left wing now, gets it to Parker Runk, screen from Robert Adam. Nice pass into Robert Adam, and a foul is going to be called on the ground. I believe that will again go against Sorrell. It will. That'll be his first of the ball game. So inbounded to Runk, looking inside to Olson. A nice patches in spin move there from Caleb Olson. That's what he likes to do when he gets on that block. He likes to spin. It doesn't matter which way he spins. He almost always gets that to go. He's up now to 7 points here in the ball game. First 2 points of the quarter for him. Sorrell thought about a deep 2. Now Gruenwald shoots a 3-pointer. That one's left short though. So now Runk will go in transition up to Opp now. Picks up his dribble, gets it back to Runk. Into Robert Adam, a nice pass. Goes up and good for Robert Adam. A nice pass there from Caleb Olson as we'll step aside thanks to the timeout here from Adam Kruger of Tri-State. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinnett. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
Welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. So the first 2 points of the second quarter belong to the Tri-State Tigers, but now an 8-0 run currently for the Lisbon Broncos. They held scoreless for a while there, but now that 8-0 run propelling their lead up now to 16 here. They held a 10-point lead after that first quarter, now up to 16 here, so looking to push that even higher coming out of the timeout. A smart timeout, though, by Coach Kruger to hopefully settle down his team a little bit. Last time he called a timeout, they came out with a nice drawn-up play for Carl, who drained the three-pointer, so we'll have to see if he found something else that might work here in this one. So gets it now to Leverson. He looks to turn, but is stopping his dribble. Carl now with a good defense being played there from the freshman, Cameron Opp. Carl picks up his dribble, deflected by Opp. Gets his dribble back, does Carl. Now in the corner is Grunwald, thought about a three-pointer. Got run to jump, because it was up the web, no good. Rebounded by Olsen. Good look there from Grunwald, but just couldn't get it to go. As the Broncos take over possession once again. Cameron Opp left open, doesn't shoot though. Gets it now to Robert Adam, or at least tries to, goes to, nutmegs him through the legs. So ball will belong now to Tri-State. So still on that 8-0 run so far to start quarter number 2, nearly 6 minutes into it. The Lisbon Broncos sitting about, they're on pace now exactly to score their season average 54.6 points per game. The hop step gather once again called a travel on Jacob Lick. So 27 points on the game so far for the Broncos. They average, like I said, 54.6 points per game. So they don't score at all the rest of the quarter, then they are exactly on pace. But still nearly 2 minutes left here in the ball game, or in the half, I should say. As Caleb Wilson turns, shoots, almost gets that one to go. But he'll go line for the first free throws of the game by either team. Caleb Olsen shoots 52% from the free throw line. Broncos as a whole shoot 55% as a team. So first free throw from Caleb Olsen. That one hits front rim and somehow finds its way in. Just kind of sat there for a little bit, but rolled its way on in for his third point of the quarter. Rodney Olsen checking back into the game for Caden Sweet. Second free throw up and coming here for Olsen. That free throw also good, so 2 for 2 on the first 2 free throws of the game here for Caleb Olsen. He's now up to 9 here in the ball game. Carl with it, stolen away from or by Olsen. Still slowly bringing it up here, getting it to Parker Runk. He'll set up the offense. Cameron Opp now with it. Parker Runk on the wing. Robert Adam now back to Parker Runk. Runk to Opp. Now Rodney Olsen on the wing. Good ball movement here, and then a nice layup from Robert Adam. A good pass from Caleb Olsen to set that one up. Robert Adam now up to 8 points. A near trip there. Surprisingly, no foul called, as I believe that was Leverson who lost the handle on it, and then Opp just picked it up. So Opp now into Caleb Olsen. And now Parker Runk can shoot a three-point shot. That one up and good. Parker Runk now up to 7 after a slow start. Just under a minute here to play now, 34-11. So now that 8-0 run grows now to a 15-0 run here for the Broncos. 34-11 on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard. Layup up, no good there from Lick. A lot of contact, but nothing called. Shot clock now turned off here for the Lisbon Broncos. Caleb Olsen in the corner. Gets it over to Rodney Olsen. He'll shoot a three-pointer. Trying to get his third three-pointer. A nice rebound, but a foul. I thought that was some good hustle being played there from Parker Runk, but a foul will be called against him instead on that rebound. That'll be his second of the ball game. Checking into the ball game for the Broncos, number 34, Sam Kelson in for Parker Runk. He has 2 fouls, so just not wanting to pick up his third foul here going into the break. So just 10 seconds here. Carl with it, looking to drive, tipped away by Opp. But getting it back is Carl, so now Rydell with it, and then now Carl. Lick will shoot a three-point shot to beat the buzzer. No good though. So the score on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard will be the Lisbon Broncos 34, the Tri-State Tigers 11. We'll be back with some recap and some first half stats here on yourliveevent.com.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
Welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. So a great first half there from the Lisbon Broncos, hosting that 23-point lead thanks to a 15-0 run and a 15-2 second quarter there from Lisbon. Tri-State has hit 3 3-pointers, which helped them get their 9 points there in that first quarter. And then just those 2 points off the hands of Louis Sorrell, who averages 4.8 points per game in that second quarter. That was all that was scored in quarter number 2 from the Tri-State Tigers. So we'll run through some numbers here quick. First for the Lisbon Broncos, leading on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard, Ronnie Olson, who only averages 5.3 points per game, is already up to 8 thanks to 2 3-pointers, and then that mid-range J for 2. And then I guess Caleb Olson actually is the leading scorer for the Lisbon Broncos. Ronnie Olson, along with Robert Adam, both with 8 points. Caleb Olson with 9 points. And then Parker Runk with 7. And then rounding up the scoring is Caden Sweet with 2. So all 5 starters have scored for the Lisbon Broncos. Cameron Opp and Sam Kelson both have entered the game. Cameron Opp had some good defense being played against the best scorer on the Tigers of Derek Carl. Cameron Opp had a couple steals there. Sam Kelson only checked in for Parker Runk for about the last 15 seconds of that first half, just to make sure that Parker Runk wouldn't get his 3rd foul. So both Parker Runk and Caden Sweet with 2 fouls. Ronnie Olson has 1 here for the Lisbon Broncos. Now for the Tri-State Tigers, leading the way in scoring as he has all season. Derek Carl with 6 points, both coming from the 3-point line. And then Brandon Gruenwald also a 3-pointer, just the 1 though. It's 3 points for him. And then Louis Sorrell with those lone 2 points in quarter number 2 to round up the scoring for the Tri-State Tigers. So 3 3-pointers, 2 from Derek Carl, 1 from Brandon Grunwald, and then 0 for 0 from the free throw line. Only 2 free throws being shot so far here in the ball game. Those ones coming from the Broncos, who are 2 of 2. Caleb Olson shot those. And the Broncos have hit 4 3-pointers, so 7 3-pointers in total here from both teams. So just really the beginning part of that first quarter, a 10-0 run to start off the ball game for the Lisbon Broncos, who have been red hot as of late. That 6-game win streak has really propelled them here so far, and they have stayed hot here. 10-0 run, and then let them get back into the game a little bit with those 3 3-pointers in that first quarter. And then the score after one was 19-9 in favor of the Broncos. And then the first 2 points of that quarter belonged to the Tri-State Tigers from Louis Sorol. But after that, it was all Lisbon, scoring 15 straight points and winning that quarter 15-2. So the lead now sits at 23 for the Lisbon Broncos. Just a tremendous game, a well-rounded game for all starters. Caden Sweet only has 2 points, but has been playing really well. Has had the tough matchup of guarding the leading scorer in Derek Carl, who averages 12.4 points per game for the Tri-State Tigers. Sweet, along with Cameron Opp, have done a good job on defending Carl. Sweet with those 2 points. Otherwise, everybody's sitting at 7 or above of the starters, that is, anyways, for the Lisbon Broncos. 4 3-pointers, as I said, Ronnie Olson hit 2, Parker Runk with 1, and then Caleb Olson with 1 for the Lisbon Broncos. So we'll step aside here and get you back to second half action here on yourliveevent.com.
Consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinnett. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Back to action here, second half action. Something I just came across, these two teams could potentially play each other in the first round of the playoffs as the travel's called again. Sweet, as Tri-State sits at that 9 seed, it'll be a 7 and 10 matchup. Depends how the rest of the region pans out here in these last couple of ball games here being played here tonight. But they could potentially face each other once again here in Lisbon. if they were to stay where they're at, because Tri-State is tied for that 9/10 seed. So a jump ball is going to be called here, but potential matchup once again. Otherwise, Tri-State could end up facing Maple Valley, who they just lost to in their last game. Score 59-51. At that, if they stay at that 9 seed in that 8-9 matchup, and then the Lisbon Broncos could end up facing Sargent County. A foul going against Caden Sweet. That'll be his third of the ball game, so a little bit of foul trouble here early in quarter number 3 for the Broncos. They are sitting pretty nice though with that 23-point lead on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard. 34-11 is the score. No points yet here in quarter number 3. Just a couple seconds, 40 seconds about into this one. Carl goes up the layup, and a nice layup indeed there from Derek Carl for his first 2 points since the first quarter. He's now up to 8. No scores yet in the double digits for either team. Caleb Olson has 9, so the closest one with Rodney Olson, Robert Adam, and now Derek Carl, all with 8 points here in the ballgame. Rodney Olson looking to make his way in there, but no good on the 3-point shot. Rebounded by Runk. He goes up for a layup, and now he's up to 9 points as well. 13.7 points on the season for the senior Parker Runk. Nice layup off the rebound there as Carl goes up the layup. No good. I believe the foul will be on the ground. Foul's going to go against Rodney Olson, his second. Cameron Opp quickly will check in for him. Cameron Opp has done a great job thus far on Derek Carl on the defensive side. Hasn't gotten to the scores column, but has made his impact on that defensive side. Inbound pass deep into Lick, as now Carl with it, guarded by Opp once again. Picks up his dribble, passes it in, and then out of bounds off the hands of Gruenwald. A nice tip there. I believe that was Caden Sweet who tipped it away initially, and then it ended up hitting Gruenwald off the leg and out of bounds. So to pass into Caleb Olson, 3-point shot in the corner from Parker Runk. He's left a little too long. Ball on the floor picked up by Caleb Olson. Thought about a 3-point shot, but instead is going to waste a little more time. Parker Runk will shoot a 3-point shot once again. That one hits front rim, no good. Opp trying to get the rebound, but tipped away and into the hands of Rydell. Rydell looking out to push into the wing now to Lick. Lick will step up a 3-point shot. That's good for Jacob Lick. His first 3 points of the ball game. Averages 10 on the season. But gets his first 3 points here in the third quarter. So trimmed down now to 20 points here for the Tigers. Adam going up with a shot and then fouled as he goes up. So he'll go to line for 2. It'll be Robert Adams' first 2 shots from the free throw line. Only the third and fourth of the ball game for both teams. So Robert Adams has a chance to find his way into the double digits. Needs to make both to make that done. He shoots 65% from the free throw line. That one left short, so he will not make it to the double digits just yet. Averages 12.9 on the season, sitting at 8, looking for his 9th here. Doesn't get that one to go either. Over 2, but Caleb Olson comes with the rebound, goes up. That one's no good, and rebounded by Lick as he looks down to push in transition. Leverson there with him, but slowing it down Smiley is Lick. And then nearly stolen away by Opp. Then now to Lick again, once in the corner. And then skip pass, tipped away by Olson. A nice heads-up play. Saw that lob pass and got his paw on it. And send it out of bounds. So 36-16 is a score on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard. Carl, a nice drive, nice aggressive drive. Layup no good though. Came in a little too hot there. Couldn't get that one to go. Runk now on the other side. Get it to Adam. A nice catch by Adam. Caleb Olson now, he'll shoot a 3-pointer from top of the key. Hits front rim, and that's going to find its way out of bounds. It'll go to the Tigers. So nice look there from Olson. Just left it a little short, and then Runk just a little too aggressive on the rebound, something you don't hear too often. Came in a little too strong on when he was crashing the glass. Lake will shut up a deep 3-pointer. That one hits the back of the rim, no good. Ball was saved by Rydell, but will find its way out of bounds. We'll go back to the Broncos. So full court D being played here, looking to trap, but then going away from it. Now Opp with it. Back to Sweet. He's trying to set up that trap, but doesn't get it. Nice pass by Opp into Olson. Goes up and almost gets that to go, but he is fouled by Leverson. and he'll go line for 2 more. So these will be the 3rd and 4th shots for Caleb Olson, the 5th and 6th of the ball game for the Lisbon Broncos. No free throws being shot so far by Tri-State. That first free throw, no good. Caleb Olson was a perfect 2 for 2 in his first trip to the line. Once again, he shoots 52% from the free throw line. That free throw also no good, so sits at 50% now on the ball game, so just below his season average. As Carl, a nice aggressive drive, and then foul, I believe, will go again, or on the ground once again. That foul going against Cameron Opp, his first. 3rd team foul. Ronnie Olson checking back in for Cameron Opp. Some nice minutes being played so far defensively by Cameron Opp, the freshman. Pass tip by Runk, but corralled by Carl. He steps back for a 3-point shot. A nice move. Gets that to go. Nothing but net. His 3rd 3-pointer of the ball game. Derek Carl now up to 11, the first player on either side to get into the double digits. Has 11 of the 19 for the Tri-State Tigers. Ronnie Olson now on the wing, looking into Adam, and then kicked. Smart play by Rydell, knowing that Olson wanted to get it inside there to Adam, and just stuck his foot up to prevent that from happening. Caleb Olson now top of the key, now to Runk. Looking inside, gets now to Caleb Olson. His triple team goes up, and that's going to be a basket interference by Parker Runk. Not something you see too often in high school basketball, but a basket interference there, so the basket will not count. As the ball was still hanging on the rim. Might have fallen in if Runk would have left that alone, but it will not count either way. Now the Tigers in possession. 3-point shot, almost, you thought about a shot there by Carl. Nice pass into Gruenwald. And then Lake will set up another deep 3-pointer. Gets that one to go, though. So 2 straight 3-pointers now for the Tri-State Tigers on a little 6-0 run here. As a quick timeout now being called by Coach Kim Mark to settle his Broncos down a little bit here. 36-22 on the Mobility Plus rehabilitation scoreboard here on yourliveevent.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back into Lisbon, North Dakota. Ball just inbounded. So a good 3rd quarter here from the Tri-State Tigers. They have hit 3 3-pointers and 11 total points here in quarter number 3. Just 2 points, however, though, for the Lisbon Broncos. Have gone to the free throw line 4 times, but missed all 4. Robert Adams goes up and one from Robert Adams. So tries to change his luck now, really, from the free throw line as he'll get 1 more. So now 11-4 here in the 3rd quarter. So a good time out there from Coach Kim Mark to set up a nice play for Robert Adam there. As I said, 0 for 2 from the free throw line so far here in this one. Make that now 1 of 3. So 11-5 now in the quarter is the score in favor of the Tri-State Tigers. Lick hitting 2 3-pointers earlier, gets the bucket and 1. So trading and 1 buckets. Jacob Lick coming alive here a little bit. Potential for another 3-point play. He's hit 2 3-pointers so far here in quarter number 3. So potential for his 9th of the ball game after being held scoreless in that first half. He averages 10 points per game. So this will bring him just 1 below as he makes that free throw. The first free throw also of the ball game for the Tri-State Tigers is good. He only shoots 38% from the free throw line. but got that one to go, did Jacob Blick, so he's now up to 9 in the ballgame. In now to Robert Adam. Pass out to Caleb Olsen, top of the key. That's his spot from the three-point line. Rims in and out, though. So momentum shifting in the way of Tri-State. Just a 14-point lead was at one point a 23-point lead. Nice pump fake there from Rydell for his first 2 points of the ball game. And Tri-State trying to find their way back into this one. Just a 12-point ball game now. Has cut that 23-point halftime deficit down now just to 12. Cameron Out's pass tipped and stolen away now. Everson comes away with it, tries to get up to Lick. He'll go up with a layup. Doesn't get enough power on that. And then good hustle from Leverson, but Robert Adam corrals that one as the Broncos will take over possession. So the Broncos need to settle down here a little bit. Nice pass to Cameron Opp. He goes up and doesn't get that one to go. Was sitting on the rim for a while, but just wouldn't drop for Cameron Opp as Carl now goes the other way for the Tigers. Spin move from Carl. Out now to Grunwald. Grunwald pumps out to Lick. Another deep three-pointer from him. Doesn't get that one to go. A little bit of a heat check there from Jacob Blick. He's shot a couple of deep ones, and he's hit 2 so far. Could have been a travel call there, but nothing called there from the refs. Parker Runk might have gotten a little gift there. I thought he was going to shoot that one, but he did not. As Robert Adam hits the floor. Ronnie Olsen shoots a mid-range shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Leverson. Up now to Jacob Blick in transition. Goes up, some contact. Doesn't get that to go, but he'll go to line for 2. So Jacob Blick having himself a nice little third quarter here. He's up to 9 points here. And potential for his 10th and 11th. The only Tiger to shoot free throws so far, albeit just 1 of 1. So this will be his second and third free throw shot. That free throw left short, only shoots 38% from the free throw line, so you've seen him shoot a couple of deep three-pointers, so you'd think he'd be a little bit better from the free throw line, but something that he struggles with here on the season so far. But 1 of 2 for that free throw trip, so 2 of 3, so a good percentage from him so far in this ball game, shaking off those free throw woes. So an 11-point ball game here was once 23 for the Broncos. With just under a minute here to go in quarter number 3. Cameron Opp left open for the three-point line, doesn't shoot though. Thought about it. Parker Runk now with it. Now Ronnie Olsen gets it to Caleb Olsen. And then Parker Runk in the corner back to Opp. Looking inside, Parker Runk with it once again. Robert Adam now. Triple team goes up. No good. Rebounded by Lick. Just a 1 second difference between shot and game clock here. Jacob Blick driving, loses the handle. Corralled in by Robert Adam. So shot clock now turned off. Cameron Out gets a double team, poked free, but a foul is called. That foul going against number 0, I believe. Yes, number 0, Derek Carl. That'll be his third of the ball game. So not someone you want in foul trouble if you're a Tiger fan. But just 22 seconds here to go. Shot clock turned off. Nice little spike on the pass there from Grunwald. Surprising no foul there as he was airborne. And then Caleb Olsen loses the handle out of bounds. Just 10 seconds here to go. Tigers will take over possession. And we'll see if they can cap off this great third quarter. Carl with it. 5 seconds here to go. Driving, gets it out to Grunwald. A three-point shot from the corner. No good. And time will expire in quarter number 3. So 39-28. Just an 11-point lead here for the Lisbon Broncos on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. We'll step aside here on yourliveevent.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Fourth quarter action coming up. A 23-point halftime lead trimmed down to just 11 there in that third quarter. The Tri-State Tigers outscored the Lisbon Broncos 17-4 in that quarter as a foul is called here against the Tigers. So a similar quarter to what the Lisbon Broncos had in that second quarter. The Broncos outscored the Tigers 15-2. But it was the Tigers with a great quarter, outscoring them 17-4. And the fourth foul picked up there from Derek Carl. So once again, not a welcoming sight there as the ball goes out of bounds for the Tigers. So Carl, the best scorer, will check out after that fourth foul. As Sorrell will check in for him, give him probably a quick breather as they're going to need him here down the stretch here in quarter number 4. So Gruenwald with it. Gets it now to Lick. Into the corner now is Gruenwald once again. A pass fake. Gets into the lane there. Sorrell now. Rydell, three-point shot. No good off left of the rim. As Robert Adam comes down with the rebound. Sweet will dribble it up here for the Broncos. Sees a little bit of pressure. Waiting on a trap on Lick and Gruenwald. And then a timeout because Sweet was struggling to get past that half-court line. Will be a timeout here from Coach Kim Mark. We'll step aside here on yourliveevent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insure.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinnett. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
Welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. So once again, that 23-point halftime lead trimmed down to 11 here by the Tigers. As Parker Runk will drive, spins, turns, shoots, gets that to go. A nice shot there from Parker Runk for his 11th point of the night. That was not an easy shot there from Parker Runk, but a big bucket there to get the Broncos hopefully going here on offense a little bit after only 4 points in that third quarter. Deep three-pointer from Lick once again. I believe it hit the shot clock there. So it'll be ruled out of bounds and we'll go back to the Broncos. Lick has shot a couple of deep three-pointers for sure. College range, arguably even NBA range there. He hit one of those but has missed a handful of those deep three-pointers. He is up to 10 points in the ballgame. As another timeout as the Broncos are struggling to get it past half court once again. We'll step aside here on yourliveevent.com.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The Tri-State Tigers have given the Broncos a little bit of a hard time getting past that half-court line on back-to-back possessions, back-to-back timeouts there from Coach Kim Mark to help his Broncos get past that mid-court stripe. So great defense being played there from the Tigers to force those as the Broncos will now take over possession here. Just 2 timeouts left for the Broncos here in the game. A nice move, nice pass. Caleb Olsen, the recipient of that pass and the 2 points. He's up to 11 now, joining Parker Runk. And a 3-point shot there from Gruenwald to answer right back. That's his second 3-pointer of the game, his first point since the first quarter. Gruenwald averages 8.7 points, up to 6 now in the ballgame. Caleb Olsen goes up once again, gets that to go. It might be Caleb Olsen time. He's now up to 13 points here in the ballgame. So 45-31, trading buckets right now here in quarter number 4. So Grunwald thinks about a 3, pump fake, driving now, goes up the layup, gets the contact, and 1. So Grunwald with 5 straight points here for the Tri-State Tigers. Caleb Wilson 4 straight points for the Lisbon Broncos. Grunwald potential to get 6 straight points and trim into that lead once again, back to 11 potentially here on the free throw. That one is good, so it will bring it back to 11 points once again. That was the first free throw of the game for Grunwald. He's now up to 9 here in the ballgame. Ronnie Olsen sees a double team there, gets it to sweep though. Parker Rung guarded by Lieberson. Some tight defense there from Lick on Adam. Parker Rung, mid-range shot up, and that's no good. Robert Adam gets the rebound, doesn't get the handle on it, and somehow getting it. Oh, a nice pass into Robert Adam. Great ball movement on that pass there from Caleb Olsen into Robert Adam, his 13th point of the night, and a nice cut also for Robert Adam. And Lick goes up with the layup, no good, rebounded by Parker Runk. So a 13-point lead here for the Broncos, once led by 23. But now just a 13-point lead with just under 5 minutes here to go in quarter number 4. Rung driving in, gets to Sweet in the corner. Ronnie Olsen will line up a 3-point shot, and that's good! Ronnie Olsen's first 3 points since the first quarter, where he had 8, and a timeout will be called here by Adam Kruger. We'll step aside here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Carl got that 2-point shot to go here. He is up to 13 points now, trimming it back to a 14-point lead for the Broncos. Olsen lines up a 3-point shot, nearly tipped there by Lieberson. No good, as now a fast break opportunity, 3-on-1. Grunwald leading the way. Nice move, but just dishes it off to Carl. Carl will line up a 3-point shot, almost goes in, looked good from here, but left short. And then a foul is going to be called against Tyler Lieberson, his 3rd of the ball game. So just about the midway point of quarter number 4, the Broncos just doing enough to host this, or keeping it above a 10-point lead. Has been at 11 for quite some time here, but bringing it up now to 14 and doing a good job of not letting it get back to single digits have the Broncos. But good defense being played by the Tigers, but not on that possession. It's a nice pass there from Sweet into Caleb Olsen for his 6th point of the quarter and 15th point of the night. Carl looking to drive, a nice move, gets the bucket and 1. So Derek Carl not wanting this one to get out of hand just yet. Gets his 4th point of the night with the potential for his 5th. He's up now to 15 points as well. His first free throw opportunity, shoots 55% from the line. That foul went against Robert Adam, his 2nd. Now is the team 7th, so any foul now called on the Broncos will be a 1-and-1 opportunity. That free throw good from Derek Carl. So now up to 16 here in the ballgame. So now down to a 13-point lead, trimming it a little bit there. Double team there on Olsen, gets it to Sweet though. And now Parker Runk on the wing, tipped by Lieberson, recovered by Adam. And then Lieberson, nice defense once again, but he unfortunately traveled after getting that steal. Some good defense there, getting the tip, and then the tip once again for the steal there by Lieberson. Just just couldn't quite handle the ball quite how he wanted to, and ended up walking with it. Parker Runk now with it, approaching 3 minutes here. 13-point lead here for the Broncos on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard. Ronnie Olson to Caleb Olson, now Sweet on the wing. Back to Ronnie Olson, thinking about a three, doesn't shoot. Looking inside to Caleb Olson. Parker Runk now deep two. And that rattles in for Parker Runk, his fourth of the fourth quarter, and his 13th on the night. So just at his season average, 13.7 points a game. Lick thinking about a three, doesn't shoot it. Steps back, gets it now to Carl. Now in the corner is Grunwald. He'll shoot a three-point shot. That one hits the rim. Rebounded by Lickens. Ripped away by Caleb Olson. So the Broncos will take over possession. Gets it up to Parker Runk. And then a lot of contact, but nothing called. Stolen away by Rydell. Now over to Lick. Tri-State trying to work fast. Three-point shot from Leverson underway. Hits the back rim, no good. And now Ronnie Olson has it after the Caleb Olson rebound. Sweet looking to drive on the sideline. A nice move goes up, but blocked by Leverson as now Tri-State coming a little bit back and forth here. A little bit of a track meet. Grunwald going in, up the way up, and then hacked by Caleb Olson. I'll slow things down here a little bit. Going back and forth. A lot of action. But that'll slow things down as Grunwald will go to line for his second and third free throw shot. That's Caleb Olson's first foul of the game, 8th team foul. Just over 2 minutes here left in quarter number 4. That first free throw good from Brandon Grunwald. He shoots 68% from the line. Having himself a nice little fourth quarter, has 7 points, make that 8 points in the quarter for a total of 11. And then a timeout will be called with Adam Kruger. And we'll take a timeout as well here on yourliveevent.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back to Lisbon, North Dakota. Lead sits at 13 for the Lisbon Broncos. Held that 23-point lead at the half thanks to a 15-2 second quarter. Then getting back into it a little bit were the Tri-State Tigers as they had a 17-5 third quarter in favor of the Tigers to bring it back down to 11. And they were sitting at about 11-point lead for a good chunk of that third quarter and into that fourth quarter a little bit here, but now breaking it up to 13, so it hasn't grown a whole ton, but nonetheless not letting it slip into single digits. Have the Broncos, their lead still sits in the double digits. So Sweet gets the inbound. Good pressure defense. Ball almost goes out of bounds. Leverson hits the ground. They're going to have to get across the timeline here pretty soon. They do just in time. Nice pass into Robert Adam after breaking the press. Caleb Olson, a couple of nice passes into Robert Adam. Robert Adam up now to 15 here in the ball game. And the lead also sits at 15 here for the Broncos. Grunwald goes up with a nice layup attempt, but just couldn't get it to go. Nice defense there from Robert Adam. Also corrals that rebound. Parker Runk now on the wing, sees a double team. Nice pass into Robert Adam. Another 2 points for Robert Adam. 4 straight points for him. Up now to 17 in the ball game. Well over his 12.9 season average. As a 30-second timeout is called by Coach Adam Kruger. Will stay here. So a 17-point lead was just at 13. Then 4 straight points for Robert Adam brings it now to 17 with 1:17 here to go in the ball game. So a good little spark there. I think that might seal things up a little bit here. The 13 points wasn't really safe with 2 minutes, but after a good little run there, a 4-0 run from the Broncos, they're sitting a little more pretty after that. Game started off with a 10-0 run by the Broncos, broke things open, and it just hasn't gotten back within single digits for quite some time. That first quarter was 19-9. They hit 3 3-pointers, did the Tri-State Tigers in that first quarter, and then a dominant second quarter from the Lisbon Broncos grew that lead to 23, and then making their way back a little bit in quarter number 3 where Tri-State, but just hasn't been able to bring it within single digits as now the lead sits at 17. Carl looking to push things. Gets a layup up, no good. A good layup attempt, but just couldn't get it to go. Hayden Sweet wasn't expecting the defender there as he will walk with the ball there. So still a 17-point lead, 1:07 here to go. Tri-State with it. Lick with it, double team, fades away on the three-point shot, somehow gets that to go. A great shot there from Jacob Lick after that 10-point third quarter. Now gets his first 3 points of the fourth, up to 13 in the ballgame. Ronnie Olson double team, gets it to Parker Runk though. Sweet now on the wing, gets it to Robert Adams. Then a foul will be called against Jacob Lick. That'll be his second of the ballgame, or excuse me, his third actually of the ballgame. So Robert Adams will go to line to shoot a 1-and-1, has 4 straight points for the Broncos, looking to make it his 5th in a row. That first free throw up and good, so he will be rewarded with a second to potentially break this lead up to 17. Or no, I'm wrong once again, 16. That free throw rattles its way in, so 16-point lead here for the Broncos. Winding seconds here, but an 11-second difference between shot and game clock. 3-point shot, no good from Carl, rebounded by Runk, and that should just about do things as we are about 4 seconds between shot and game clock. Near over and back, as Parker Runk just got across half court on the pass from Robert Adams. Robert Adams will go up with a layup once again. That's good. Robert Adams, a nice little way to end the fourth quarter here for him on senior night. So just winding seconds, ball finds its way out of bounds. It'll stay with the Broncos. So 10-point fourth quarter from Robert Adams, bringing him up to 21 on the ball game. A nice way to potentially end your last home game here in Lisbon. A steal from Ronnie Olson. He'll go for a layup. That one's no good. Rebound by Parker Runk. He doesn't get that one to go either. So a little missed opportunity. Not that it will really impact the final ending of this game. It'll be a win nonetheless for the Broncos. 7 seconds to go. I think Sorrell will be our shooter here after a Caleb Olson foul, his second. So the two seniors getting their way into double digits. Robert Adams with 21 points and Parker Runk with 13. So a good way to have your senior night with a win. First free throw on the 1-and-1 from Sorrell is good. He had those lone 2 points in that second quarter for the Tigers. So 3 points right now, looking to make it 4. He cannot. His ball rims in and out, as now we are down to 5 seconds. Rightfully so, the senior Parker Runk will hold on to it as the Lisbon Broncos will hold on to the 17-point win. 62-45, the Lisbon Broncos beating the Tri-State Tigers. Will come back to wrap things up and with your second half and game numbers here on yourliveevent.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insure.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinnett. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. One last time, the final score on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard was that 62-45 win here for the Lisbon Broncos as they will end their season on now a 7-game win streak. So just a great way to end the season and go into playoffs on that hot streak. They will improve now to 12-8 on the season and 8-5 in Region 1. They'll have to wait to see who their opponent will be. They could potentially jump up to the 5 seed, I believe, is the highest they can jump, but they will at least have the 7 seed, so they should have a home playoff game in that first round. They could end up facing the same Tri-State Tigers in the first round here next week, but we'll have to see how that one shakes up, as how that all shakes out here in Region 1, as we had an early game, so not sure what the final scores will be of those other games in Region 1. Tri-State Tigers will now fall to 3-15 overall and 2-10 in Region 1 to end their season, their regular season as well, sitting at that 9 seed, and we're actually tied for the 9 seed, so not sure they will shake out either in Region 1 action. So running through some numbers here, Robert Adam leading the way for all scorers. The senior showing out on senior night, had 10 in that fourth quarter for 21 total on the game. And then Caleb Olson with 15 points in the ball game, and then Parker Runk, the other senior on this Lisbon Broncos squad, had 13. So both seniors having nice nights there offensively. And then Rodney Olson with 11, and then Caden Sweet rounding out the scoring with 2. Cameron Opp and Sam Kelson both got in. Cameron Opp was a great defender on Derek Carl in both halves, really. The only thing he shows up in the stat sheet for, other than a couple of rebounds, is a foul, but just a great game from him defensively. Was the Derek Carl stopper for a little bit, along with Caden Sweet, who only had 2 points, but they got it done there on the defensive side, and they let the other players get it done on the offensive side. Just one lone three-pointer there from the Broncos in that second half for a total of 5 on the game. They went 2 of 6 from the charity stripe for a total of 4 of 8. As for the Tri-State Tigers, leading the way in scoring, as he usually does, Derek Carl with 16. And then Jacob Lick had a great second half, all 13 of his points coming in that second half, 10 of them coming in quarter number 3. He had 13 points. Brennan Grunwald had a nice fourth quarter, 8 of his 11 points coming in that fourth quarter. And then Lewis Sorrell had 3. Isaiah Rydell finished out the scoring with 2. They hit 5 3-pointers there in that second half, so for a total of 8 on the game. They didn't shoot any free throws in that first half. Went 7 of 9 in the second half, so 7 of 9 overall as well. The game just kind of started out very strong there when the Lisbon Broncos got out to that 10-0 run to get things going. Then a 3-point shot being made by Derek Carl to trim it back to single digits. But then it was really just all Lisbon from there on out. They hosted a 23-point lead at the half. The Tri-State Tigers tried to cut into it a little bit, brought it down to 11 for a good chunk of that second half. Had it 17-5 third quarter. But then Lisbon came right back in the fourth quarter, 23-17. So the highest scoring quarter there was the fourth quarter, but outscored the Tri-State Tigers by 6 to give them that 17-point lead here in the ball game. So we will have Region 1 action. We should have that first play-in game for the Lisbon Broncos here on yourliveevent.com. And we will also have the rest of Region 1 action as they will play at the Shack there in Fargo, North Dakota. So we are looking forward to some Region 1 basketball being played. So for myself here, once again, the final score, 62-45 on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. Thank you for watching here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Jacob Tenson. A special thank you to Kiara Timmerman for running the camera for me. Thank you for watching YourLiveEvent.com.